information to disclose.
Yes, right. You notice what you have to do in college, right? I can't call there and just speak. That was the most outrageous thing, because if I have to pay, I'm part of the team.
Mm,
Just like they could talk to him, you could talk to me. If
mm,
I don't pay, I understand. You're right. That's not my business. But if you can't accept, yeah, if you are requiring my income to determine whether or not he can come or whatever's going to happen, then I'm part of the team.
Right.
I get a say. I get to
No
know.
taxation without representation, right?
Yes, I think that's so ridiculous.
What did something happen? Did you make it? What did they tell you?
No, yeah, that's the thing. They won't disclose any information. So every time I talk to it, well, there's a form that you have to, or something that you have to fill out. I haven't done that. So every time I have to talk to anybody at the office, my son has to be present. Yeah, this is my mom. Yeah, she wants to speak with you about XYZ, and then I talk to the people. I either put him on three-way, or he goes to the office on campus, and then I get a chance to talk to the people. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, but he is an adult, right?
Yeah.
It's gotta...
Right. All I'm saying is, I know very few. Let's see. You have to like make a statement of some sort stating that you've like not been with your family for I don't know what period of time before they say, "Oh, we don't consider their financial information to determine how much you need to pay to go here." Right? Everybody would just go based on whatever, if that were the case. But now you have to say, okay, what's your family? You fill out a financial aid form. They don't just ask about you. Are you a parent filling out the form? And if you're the student, you have to give your parent information. So I'm connected, man. I'm connected. You got to put me on the team. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
If I don't pay, I don't need to know. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You take my money
off the bench.
Yeah, you take my money. You take my call.
It's a solid motto.
Yeah. Right.
So if Amici paid for me to go to college, does he have a right to see to know about what I'm doing there?
I would just hope you'll volunteer that information. I feel like I should know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's like an investment, right? It's like,
it's a good investment. I want to know what my money's doing every step of the way. Not just.
I don't hate it.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
Exactly. I'm just saying. That's Tandy's just saying.
Hey, let them know. Let your kid know. Let the school know.
Yeah. I mean, he's all that. Yeah, he's
don't
all
make me drive up there. I do. There is something I do want to talk about, and I mentioned this to you guys already. But before I hop into that, was there anything else you want to get? Actually, there was one other thing, and I forgot to do my own research on this, so I apologize. I'm going to say it anyway. Has anyone heard about Trump's first wife dying recently?
Yes.
So before I heard about that, I was just, they were talking about January 6th and all the trials and stuff. And I was thinking, man, this dude's twisted, sordid, network of whatever he's in seems to have everything, tampering with money, intimidating witnesses, shady business practices, all but a mysterious death. I have not heard of a mysterious death linked to this guy. And then I heard about that. I was like, this is like guilty dude bingo right here. Like, what else do you need?
Right. And it's not even the fact that she died, but it's how she died. That then adds a whole nother layer on top of that, right? Because she died due to fall, right? Falling from the stairs in her home. And so where your mind goes first. Even though it's possible to fall.
Of course.
Right? We know that. But you know where your mind goes, right? And
you know where your mind goes.
At first I thought it was his current wife, and I was like, oh, he's gonna get that sympathy pause. Everybody's gonna stop everything, and then, you know, and as opposed to continuing with peeling back the layers on just how ugly this monster is, and everybody has to, you know, what is it? Take that the 3 minutes of silence to remember. You know, we gotta like step back. So yeah, that it's just one of those. It's another one of those families like where there's smoke, there's fire. It's like it's something. Always something, you know.
Yeah, we still cannot get a picture of Trump walking and in cuffs. We just cannot seem to get that photo op.
I think. You think the nation feels like they're too good for that? You know, it's. I mean, maybe not everybody in the country, but perhaps the people who are in some level of making the country run, be that political, or if you feel it's, you know, some conspiratorial something behind the scenes. It's almost like it you know, it's like it's the whole concept of too big to fail, right? We just can't have that image. You know, that image just can't be connected with this country. Like that's just
a former president walking in cuffs.
Yeah. I think that I don't
I'm willing to take that hit. I'm willing to on a global scale.
I'm just trying to come up with reasons as to why it's taking so long.
Think of what it would do to morale. Think of what it would do to morale. All those boys and girls who looked up to this man. What's it gonna do to them? Don't get the moral perspective on this.
I just think I don't know. I think it's like, oh, you know, no, don't do that. No, we just can't have that type. That position can't suffer that type of imagery connected to it. It's just
because it's so fragile. Oh man. Oh man. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of people saying that. That's why they're fighting, like impeaching him. They're like, oh, it's gonna make us look weak. You're gonna think we don't know what we're doing as a country. You guys, with this dude at the helm, you don't know what you're doing. Clearly.
Yeah, there's rules and laws, and if you break them and nobody gets punished, then isn't that not knowing what you're doing?
Exactly. The longer he goes unimpeached shows that you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I'm just so perplexed, though, right? Because the rules and laws were made by the people in power. Let's just call that what it is in this nation, right? But they seem to be conflicted and caught in the rules and laws that they've made to punish people when it comes to punishing people of power. I don't understand why it's so hard. It just seems like it seems to be so cut and dry in other, you know, when it's applied in other ways. Why is it so convoluted and complex when it's applied to people in power?
Yeah, I was hearing, I think part of some arguments were like, essentially that, oh, he didn't know what he was doing with that whole rally thing. And then other people are like, no, he's a grown man. He's like 78 years old. He knows what he's doing. Don't try to make that argument.
That man completely knew. Have y'all? I'm telling you, watching those hearings is some of the best TV. I record it now when I know I'm not going to be at home to like just have it on in the background and just catch. I record it because that's some of the best. I mean, unfortunately, it's people's lives, and look at the state the country's in now. But it's some great drama. I mean, it's just the and the what. It's almost like I like a good sports story. Like those are the best kind of stories that come from nothing, move up and win the grand prize. Like you can't write that. Like you can't write this stuff. You can't. Well, I guess Scandal kind of did, but you know, and when Scandal did, I was like, I cannot even suspend my belief enough to buy into this after a certain point. I'm like, okay, I got it. Now it's too much. There's no way that's possible. Who knew Shonda Rhimes saw the future and that girl knew? Who knew that? Who knew? Hats off, Shonda.
Hats off to Shonda.
Hats off,
Shonda Land,
Shonda.
everybody. Go visit.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a good segue actually to what I did want to talk about, which is actually Uber, the car Lyft service. I want to share my screen here just to give a little context. So the Guardian released a article back on the 11th. Apparently someone leaked a whole trove of Uber confidential documents, and in those documents were lots of very interesting conversations and decisions being made about how Uber can sort of just simply illegally post up in other countries, and how they would sort of evade legal bodies, or how they would try to influence political leaders in other countries. And it's a pretty interesting article. And what has sort of stood out to me about this is, we all know Uber. I think it's fair to say we may have even ridden in an Uber. And I don't consider it a bad thing if you did. I probably still will if Lyft isn't around. But it's kind of it has been mired in controversy in the past, but I don't think we knew how deep it went. What do you guys know about Uber's kind of troubled past?
Not too much, but I did see I think it was a story on the BBC website a few weeks ago or last week, and then I read through that. So yeah, this all seems really weird. Just how sort of it almost feels like this guy was trying to be like a supervillain and try and like put Uber everywhere all over the globe and have like world domination over
through Uber.
People, yeah, through Uber, like, you know, people trying to get to the airport and work.
Exactly. Yeah. People going to restaurants and bars and airports.
Yeah, gotta go through me.
Yeah, man. Like, so the thing about Uber is they would just sort of, even without going through the legal channels, they would just sort of show up in a country, right? And I was thinking about like how you would even do that. And I guess because it's an app, right? You just become available on people's phones.
You don't need a physical.
You don't need a storefront or a product. So you just sort of appear and people start using it. And the taxi companies, Big Taxi does not like Uber, does not like Uber. You know, they were fighting them in New York, here in the States. They were protesting hard in those other countries, and apparently things looked like they would get violent, and the founder of Uber was like, let it get violent. It's worked for us. Shows we're doing things. They apparently were trying to stoke the fires of controversy with the moves that they would make, which again, it's like crazy that they would tell people to tell their Uber drivers to go to these protests to fight for their rights and this stuff, and you know, people would get hurt. And sometimes another thing that was interesting is they would have this kill switch for their offices. So when they did have an office, if it were ever to be raided by the police in that country, the manager of that office could evoke a kill switch on their systems, and they would all become disconnected from the Uber and essentially black out their systems, so the legal entities can't access their files.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they, you know, when people when they ask them about those kill switch, they'd be like, "Oh, no, that is a completely legal thing to have. You know, it's for the protection of our data. We would never use it to evade the authorities." But they used the kill switch, according to the article, like 12 different times. So you know, this. Now they're trying to distance themselves from that founder, right? They say repeatedly, "Oh yeah, that guy, he said things we would not say today. We don't agree with a lot of the things he said and did back in the day. We're a new Uber. we're above the bar, right? What I think is interesting is it's not like just one guy did all of it, right? There's a lot of other parties involved. There's not even an Uber, but like I said, they met with like Joe Biden at some point when he was vice president. They met with Macron in France and other political leaders to try to get Uber into their countries, and by side skirting their like proper ways to have those meetings and have the meetings without like their advisors around and stuff. So there's like all these different parties, so you can't put the blame on one person.
He didn't go. He wasn't doing everything by himself.
Exactly,
behind everybody's backs.
He didn't go rogue, and
he
had a whole team of executives he was working with, and so
and then also there too is like, okay, even if it was just him doing it, the company still profited and made grew off of his actions.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't just say, oh, he's gone. Yeah, leave us alone now. We're gonna,
exactly.
We're good now. Like, what?
Yeah. That's right.
That's the thing. Like they Uber profited off of all of this illegal shit that they did, and now they have an empire, right? Like, so who's gonna? It seems like someone should stop them, or not stop them, but someone should come back and say, "Hey, you, and you, you were involved in this. We got to dox you. You got to pay this. You got to do this time. You got to do this. Uber needs to get back this money. Pay these people, right? There should be some sort of organization that comes back and breaks things down and say, here's where you broke the rules, so you have to pay for all of this stuff." And bring Uber back down to where it should have been if it followed the rules. But you can't do that, right? Too many people made too much money to have that happen. But it kind of
we cut to an apartment. Okay, Officer Antoine, look, I know you see these thousands and thousands of Amazon packages in my apartment, but those were brought here by my roommate who's gone. He's not here anymore. My roommate John. He left. He just up and left. But since he's gone, and I'm a good person, I feel like you should just leave and just not worry about what's going on over here. All these boxes. I'll just keep them.
And you said your roommate's name is John. Well, if they truly aren't yours, you wouldn't mind if I come in and look around a little bit? Take a look at a few of these packages?
I think he was pulling them off of trucks just all over the city. Actually, in other states as well. He was just, kind of going crazy doing it.
You're saying he by himself brought in all these thousands of packages?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. And did you think to ask any questions or maybe call us once you saw all these packages coming in?
No, because sometimes he'll give some to me to kind of open and play with and do it as I wish. And it was always fun, just opening a new box. You have no idea what's inside. It was like a really good time. So
it sounds like you took part in this. You realize this makes you an accomplice.
No, I didn't know, because there was there were not. I didn't really look at like names and things on boxes. I just saw I just see him with boxes. I was like, oh, you got some more boxes, and I just opened them. I didn't find out until he left, and I was very upset.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Oh, Amici, I'm sorry. I came my box there on top, the one right behind your head, and it's gonna get that box here.
I'm sorry. What's your name? What's your name?
Fred.
Fred. You have deliveries that come here?
Oh, no. I got a box, and here's the money, Amici, for John. Give that money to John when you see him, okay?
Will do.
All right.
Okay.
Good looking. All right, y'all have a good one.
Okay. Yeah. So you see, it's I kind of have people. I'm trying to get rid of the boxes. You see, so people come, they take the boxes. I don't ask any questions,
and they pay you.
They pay John.
Look, buddy, I've been doing this a long time. Okay, this whole innocent dough routine you got going on is not flying with me. I've seen this 100 times. Oh, I don't know what's going on. It's not me, it's them. You, sir, are just as guilty as this roommate that you claim you have that isn't around. You are sitting here with all these boxes around you, and I'll be damned if you're going to lie to my face and tell me that you weren't part of this.
I'm not part of this.
I'll
didn't
be
bring these
damned
boxes
if
in.
you sit there and tell me you weren't part of this.
Look, I'm running a legitimate, clean business where I get rid of boxes. I pay people. People pay me to take boxes out of here. What's wrong with that? This is normal business.
Okay, how much is a box?
Like $50.
$50.
Yeah.
All right, I got $50 right now. All right, I'll buy a box from you right now. I want to see.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, pick any box in
Just
here.
pick a box.
Yeah, big, small, doesn't matter. Just pick a box.
This box says Shonda Rhimes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is your name? Do you have a Shonda Rhimes living here?
Maybe before I would lived here. You know, sometimes you get mail from the previous person.
That's true, but usually you don't get Amazon packages from a previous person.
Maybe she hit, the one click buy thing and didn't update her address or something.
All right, buddy. I'll admit it. You're better than most of the chumps I run into. But I'm gonna keep a close eye on you because I don't like this. You got a lot of boxes here, and I want the next time I come here that these were all gone. All right.
Look, I'm
and if you give me 2 or 3
okay?
or 5 of these boxes right now, I'll be gone all week.
Oh, okay. I think I understand what you're saying.
For evidence.
Yeah. Okay. I'll even help you carry a couple of them out to your car. How about that?
That sounds good. Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. Pick a couple of heavy ones.
Okay. Cool. And if you come back and there's more boxes here, it's not because I went out and got more boxes delivered here. It's because it just looks because I'm pushing things to the front from the back. There's like a lot
they're just closer to you. It's not more.